Alright, so we're cruising down Army Track South. That's the next track for our day trip in Walhalla. If you didn't already see the first track, one of the deep creeks, whatever it was, you can check it out. I can't remember, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it was Deep Creek 1, but you better check out that video. And we're cruising down some pretty steep hills down Army South. But that's all it is at this stage, just typical high country hills, cruising down. Have a little creek. See how the brakes like that, because this Hilux been a bit of a runaway. Yeah, straddle the run on the right. Let's give that a go, eh? What we'll do, we'll come up a little bit. What's even better, slow through the water. If everybody lets the water, yeah, that's the good way to do it. You could go left-hand side. Should we just be naughty? Let's be naughty and go this side. Yeah, we were naughty. Let's see if he watches that video. Just like that. So we're getting into this track bit. We're starting to head uphill. Bit of a lack of traction going around that bend there a little bit. So that means we're getting towards the actions end of the deal. We've got the big red machine up ahead of us. Still chasing that BJ. He's pretty quick. Cruising up nicely at the moment though. Hopefully we haven't got the sun in your eyes and we can show you a bit of footage. You can't tell how steep it is when you're, unless you set up your cameras for all the angles to show how steep it is. Correction anyway, we're on Fulton's Creek track. I don't know, we started off somewhere on Army something or other, and I'm just too relaxed, I'm just tagging along, so I wouldn't really know what's going on. But yeah, we're definitely on Fulton's Creek track, headed north, coming towards the end, so there should be a hut soon. And I don't know where we're going after that, so stay tuned and we'll see. We've come off onto Williamson's Spur track, hang a righty, and if my calculations are correct, up here somewhere, we'll be hanging a bit of a lefty. Just turning left now onto Army North track, just off Williamson's, only about a K or 2 down the road, and that'll take us down to Lloyd's Hut. So this should be pretty straightforward, or this could be the bit that's got the steep downhill washed out rough bit. We'll see, it could be a bit of action. There he goes, down the rough stuff, down the steep way, maybe. So this gets rougher, very flexy before it gets easier. So you might want to wait there and just watch these cars go down before you decide which way you're going. So further back there was a slight fork to the left, right? There's no fork now down here, no. Give it a bit of room.
Can you get out of the car?
Why?
Can I?
Why? What are you worried? You can get out? Yeah, you can get out, get some footage. Here you go, take a camera. He never used to be worried about these things, but now he's a bit, it is a rough track, but it's straight down, you know what I mean? So we've got a pretty high range, low range here, so it's going to be on the brakes nice and slow. And we might get a bit of a skid here or there, so it'll be a bit of excitement. Alright, let's go. Come on, mate, let's go. You getting in or what? You want me to come back up and pick you up? Long story short, we got to Lloyd's Hut, had a bit of a look around. We had 6 cars, 3 went one way, the other 3 went the other way, and that leaves the BJ, me and a Prado, and we've got to visit a Hilux that's hooked in as well out of O'Toole's campsite. So we're now heading up the quite steep flats track. So this track has become a flats track trip. So let's see how it goes. Let's cruise on up. This is on new tracks as a black track. At times I've been up here many years ago, never had a problem driving it. Remember, it was steep, a lot of switchbacks at the start, that sort of thing, but I never had an issue driving up it. So biggest issue now in the Hilux is turn the steering wheel fast enough to get around these hairpins, if you like. Okay, this is the bits that get a bit more hair going. Well, that's a bit of a washout at that side over to the left. You don't want to be sliding down this in the wet. Definitely a good steep track, isn't it, Mitch?
It's the opposite of flat track.
Yeah, it's not flat. Yeah, it's not the opposite of flat. It's unflat. And the further you go, the less flat it gets. We're up into the sky now. No, good track. Here we go. We've got a bit of uneven track here. But this is the sort of bit of track where you're generally keeping most of your wheels on the ground, so that true track we got's really going to help us out before spinning a wheel and letting the traction have to come in, especially with that bit of momentum. Now we go around a bit of a turn to the right. The rest of the easy track, I think, goes downhill somewhere. Is there a track down there, Mitch? Yeah, on our left, so that joins on. That's the easier side. So we turn right and go up the hill, and up we go. So yeah, we turn right. We're just cruising up, and up just keeps going up. We're pointing to the sky quite often here. Not sure what tracks we're going to take yet, but we're slowly making our way back towards the Thompson Dam wall, so we might be able to show you the I think it's pretty well. It's not spewing over crazy now. We haven't had rain for a couple of months really, so look at this. This is a rough section. You could go straight up over the top of that rough stuff there if you wanted a bit of action, but you can see everybody kind of goes around this side here. It's probably the smoother ride. Yeah, you could go straight up there. It's just a bit of rocky, but you're not going to prove anything by going up there either, are you? So a lot of people do go that way. This is the main track. You just cruise up, look after the vehicle, a few more switchbacks. Much easier to whip around in a Prado than in a Hilux. Soon we'll get to an example where I've got to do it. No, this one's pretty easy. If you turn at the right time, you make it around. got to readjust myself to a Hilux from a Prado. That longer wheelbase makes a big difference on the. It's just amazing how much difference it does make. In a shopping centre car park, not that I get there that much, but you know, parking in the car park, the Prado's just easy. The Hilux, you know, it doesn't matter how wide you take it, the back just doesn't seem to come around. It seems like it's twice as long as only a few inches, really. But keep cruising up here, eh? Oh, what's going on here? This looks like a hill. Now, is this where it splits off? One goes one way, one goes the other. Oh, what's that, a chicken trap? You don't go up there, you definitely go up this way. Let's wait there for a sec. We got options again. So we made a turn here and a turn there, and now we're heading down Pheasant Creek track, which is our long cut shortcut. Once again, a black track on new tracks, but a black track on new tracks has never stopped us before. So it's a steep downhill. We'll let you know if there's any action. Stay tuned. We've just got the three of us left. We come down to that little river crossing. It's really deep. I don't think we're going to make it. No, I'm just joking. This is not the river crossing, this is just a nice swimming hole. This is down the bottom of Pheasant. There's a bit of a campsite just around the corner there you can access, nobody's there. Nice quiet spot, there's got to be fish in there. Look at that, beautiful hole. Anyway, this is the river. There is some deep pockets and this is with it very low. That's why you stick to the crossing, straight across here. Nice and shallow. I mean, you could drive in here if you wanted to, but whatever. On the edge of the rapids is where you want to cross the river. Could be a lot deeper. You can see the rocks goes all the way up. Probably another a foot, 2 foot, 3 foot deep, even more at times. But yeah, another 2 foot, and you'd be thinking twice about, with that amount of flow, whether you're going to go through or not. Right, let's go nice and slow through the river. Nicely done. So out of the creek and back into action, up the hills we go, because what, you know how it works, what goes down must go up and what goes up must go down and all that sort of thing in the high country, in them there hills. Now we're getting into some hills. Here we go, got a bit of a hole here that someone's been digging. So other vehicles, spin wheels, Hilux with 7-year-old bull KO2s and a true truck, straight over the top on 20 PSI. So yeah, just a comparison. Pretty bit steep. It's not too rough, but a bit rough in places. Pheasant heading towards the Thompson Dam. Pheasant, a little bit of wheel spin there. That's right. That's these tyres sort of letting us down. If we had a new set of KO2s, they'd just probably eat it up, grip up really well. Those new ones, they're the ones that will get the big chips in the tread that's making contact because they're slipping over, trying to slip over some of those sharp rocks, where these ones are bald, they're that smooth on the edges, you know, they just slip straight past those sharp rocks and nothing happens. Just a bit of wheel spin. It's the difference between the new and the old tyres, that nice sharp edge that can grip onto something. That's where you want that tread pattern that sort of looks like it's going to wrap around and grip on this shaly, rocky business, you know. Where some tread patterns, they just don't look like that. They look like they're going to stick to the blacktop pretty well though. A lot of tyres will do okay out here. I mean, you don't need the greatest tyre to drive on a track like this. But on those steeper bits, if you want to do it easy, or if it's a bit steeper or a bit rougher, that's where you just need that little bit more traction to allow the vehicle package, tyres, suspension, traction aids, weather conditions, the whole package work without any complications. But I tell you, this is flattened out a lot, and I'm just waffling, so you know, a bit of waffle information for you. So here it looks a bit rutted, just to show you when it's wet. Could be fun, you know, you be in these ruts here going in the wet, but you know, I'm going to climb out of them because I'm in the dry and I can. Got plenty of traction with the old flogged KO2s, and yeah, just get to know the tracks in the dry. And if it's a bit wet, probably not too bad if you know the track. But if it's real wet, don't go exploring when it's real. It just wrecks the tracks. It really does. I mean, there's just no need. You know, when it's wet, there's other activities, isn't there? Look, if you know the tracks really well and you've got some really easy tracks and whatever, then I suppose it's not going to matter too much. But you pick out these hard tracks when they're wet, well, you know, you just wreck your vehicle, you wreck the tracks, cost yourself money, waste your time. I mean, some people don't do that. So you do whatever you want out there. But, you know, I'm just giving some recommendations in case there's anybody that's new or open to ideas and thinking. Anyone that's open to a bit of common sense. Yeah, there's places you can go in the wet. It can be quite dangerous on some tracks. And here we are at the end of Pheasant. Happy Days will be turning left. If I remember correctly, this will be Merrington's, yeah, which goes down to the campsite. So we're turning left as we're headed out for the day. So that'll pretty much conclude this video, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, turn the bell on if you think it was worth it, and there's better videos and better tracks coming soon. Thanks for watching. See ya.